Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Monday and I'm skipping the 5x5 this week. And the reason is, I've had so many people speak to me on the channel about Chop. Now, if you don't know what Chop is, I bought it out many years ago through World Magic Shop. It was a bestseller. It then went away. And a year and a half ago, 2022, I bought Chop back out through Penguin Magic with kind of a stronger gimmick and better made, but more importantly, a ton more routines. So the original Chop routine, the concept behind it was to do a Chop cup with any borrowed cup. And you know, you had the gimmicked pen with you and you could borrow a bill, you could do a Chop cup routine and it finished with a bill in lemon. That was the original routine. With the new routine, with the new release that came out through Penguin, I went through a whole bunch of new moves that you can actually do with Chop. But then I actually talked about how you can apply other objects to Chop as well. So there was card to impossible location, card routines, mentalism routines, billet switches, coin routines, rubber bands, sponge ball routines, and it's been really well received. And I think it was one of the best-selling tricks of 2022, if not the best-selling trick of 2022. However, I've had a lot of people ask me over the last few months, what can you do? Well, one of two questions actually. And the first question is, what can I do if I live in the UK or Australia or somewhere like that and I have polymer currency? Because the problem is you have to squish Chop, in order to do the Chop cup routine, you have to squish the bill into a ball. And then that becomes problematic if you're using plastic currency. So a lot of questions are, what can I do Chop with if I haven't got, if I've got plastic currency? The other question I get an awful lot of the time is, I don't want to carry a lemon around with me. I don't want to do the bill in lemon. Are there alternatives? And another one that I get all of the time is, it's not really an EDC. If I'm having to carry a lemon around with me, what else can I do with it? So I thought I'd do this video to answer all of your questions. Now, I'm not going to go through all the moves in Chop. I'm going to expose, look, I'm sure by now, most people know how Chop works. You get a gimmicked pen, and you get another gimmick that you put inside a bill, and that allows you to have any borrowed cup, whether it's ceramic or plastic or see-through, turns it into a Chop cup. But it's a Chop cup when you want it to be and not when you don't want it to be. So everybody knows that, right? And I love this routine. Somebody asked me at the London Magic Convention yesterday, out of every trick you've ever released, which is the one that you're most proud of? And I've got to be honest, I think it's Chop. I think that, you know, if I had a legacy piece, I'd want it to be Chop. But I thought I'd answer everyone's questions by doing a video on Magic TV all about different ways that you can use Chop if you've got polymer notes. I'm going to go through on this video how to actually use a polymer note. But I'm also going to go through other ways of using it if you don't want to use polymer notes, and what to do if you don't do the bill in lemon. Because I'll be honest with you, these days I only do the bill in lemon when I do a parlor show or a formal close-up show. Back when I developed Chop and I was working it, like constantly working it in, I would go to a gig with like a bag of prepped lemons, and I'd take 10 lemons with me to every gig, and in between each table I'd go and grab another lemon. And that's all well and good, but I tend not to do that these days because I'm lazy. So I do have alternative ways to end it where you don't have the bill appear in the lemon, and we'll go through a few of these. And I'm here with Jack. How you doing, Jack?
Yeah, that's good.
Purely because I'm going to perform a couple of things, and I thought it would be really nice to have you here if that's okay with you.
Cool.
So you've never seen Chop, have you?
Nope.
Oh, cool. It's going to be exciting for all of us. So I've got a cup. It's just a styrofoam cup thing that I got from the coffee shop. I also have a post-it notepad and a pen. And the first thing I want you to do, Jack, is take the pen. And I want to write your name just there on the post-it note.
Okay.
There you go. And then maybe put today's date down there.
The 6th.
I think it's the 6th of November. Did you do anything for Bonfire Night?
Yeah, I was in bed 'cause I was sick.
Were you?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better now?
Still got a cough.
I don't want to go anywhere near you if you're not feeling better. Cool, okay, so we are going to roll this up into a ball like that. And it's your choice, Jack. What would you like to see? Would you like to see a good trick or a miracle?
A miracle.
You want to see a miracle? I can do a miracle, that's not a problem. Miracle is easy. Here's the idea, Jack, very simply. I've got the cup, I've got the pen, that's going to be like the magic wand, and I have the bill. Can you drop the bill into the cup for me? Very good. Now you are going to do the magic yourself. So take the pen. What I want you to do is wave it at the cup. Say go.
Go.
That's when the bill goes. That's when the post-it note goes. Now you're probably wondering where it goes. Well, all I have to do is tap the cup, and when I do, it comes back underneath the cup. Now you might have missed that, so I'm going to do that again for you. The idea, the goal, my job is to get that post-it note underneath that cup without you catching me. So all I have to do is tap like this, and when I do, it vanishes, travels invisibly, and goes right there underneath the cup. Now here's the thing, it actually becomes invisible. You see, it's underneath there until I snap. When I snap, it becomes invisible. It's still there, you can't see it until I tap again, and that's when it comes back. See, every single time I snap my fingers, it vanishes, and when I say it vanishes, I mean it really vanishes. It's gone completely. But remember, if I want to bring it back, I just take it, I do this, I tap, and when I do, it comes back. Are we following this? Probably not, right? Look, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do it in your hand. Hold your hand out for me. I'm going to put the cup here. I'm going to try and make the bill go underneath the cup. You will feel it land. Nothing's going to happen until you say go.
Go. Oh.
Did you feel it land?
Yeah.
Right there underneath the cup. Put it back in your hand, because people turn around to me and they say, Craig, you can make it appear in my hand. Can you make it vanish in my hand?
Ooh.
That's what people say, Jack. People ask me if I can vanish it off their hand, Jack.
Can you vanish it from my hand, Craig?
Thanks for the cue. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yes, I can. Look, I just put it underneath the cup and you'll feel it go. 1, 2, 3. Did you feel it go?
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, I'll tell you how it works. It's really simple. People think it's there. It's not. Jack, Michael, can you see it behind the camera? Hold your hand out. Don't drop it. It's there. It's just invisible. Watch, Jack. If I do this and throw it up in the air, do you know what happens?
What?
It goes on the cup.
What the fuck?
It's so weird, right? Do you really want to know how this works? Because I could do this all day long. I could keep taking it, putting it here. You can put your hand away now. Doing this, making it go underneath the cup. I could keep doing that. I could take it and I could do it over and over again. Even without the pen, I can put the pen away. I can even take the bill and put the bill in my pocket, and I can snap my fingers and I can still have it go underneath the cup. I can keep doing this. I can even take the bill and make it vanish completely. Where do you think it's gone, Jack?
Another cup?
No, Jack, it's not gone under the cup, because how this works is it's all an illusion. It's all time travel. You see, the bill was never under the cup. In fact, Jack, the bill was never even scrunched up. When I say the bill, I mean the post-it note. It was never even scrunched up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you signed it, right?
Yeah.
And it's been here signed the entire time. I never took it off the post-it note pad. It's been there the entire time. The whole thing was an illusion. That's how it works.
Huh.
Kind of weird, right?
Very weird.
So that's one way that you can actually use Chop without a final load. Now, if you want to incorporate a final load into that context, that's absolutely fine. If you want to do this, all you're going to do is get any post-it note pad, right? And you're just going to turn over 3 or 4 post-it notes on the other side. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take your Sharpie marker, you may as well use Chop, and I just do a whole bunch of squiggles like this. And you set your magnet inside another post-it note that you've squiggled on as well. Okay, so that is in the pen and you're good to go. Your post-it notes are up here. You take the post-it notes out, you borrow the cup, you have them sign this. What I do this time, however, with the normal Chop routine is I steal the gimmick at that point. I don't. I do steal the gimmick and I get them to sign their name, but then I put my hands in my pockets and I just leave it in my pockets. And the reason is I need both hands to do what I'm about to do here. Remember that this is stuck on the other side. So all I do is I come over and pick it up like this so it's towards me. They can't see anything here because my hand's covering. And I just come in and I take off the one that I pre-wrote on, right? So now I put this down on the table and the signature's still there. So now all I do is I just put my hands in my pocket and I say, right, we're ready to begin. Are you ready to begin? I'm going to show you something. And now I just pick up the post-it note. I switch it for the gimmick. I put that down there. I put the pen in here and I'm into the Chop routine. All I have to do is get rid of this at some point into my pocket. And now I'm ready to do everything you would normally do with Chop. So, you know, anybody who's got Chop knows the whole sequence. I'm not going to go through the moves. There's tons of them. I used a few moves there. But at the end of the routine, you put the pen away, and then you pretend to put the bill away, obviously, not the bill, the post-it note. You pretend to put the post-it note away. Now, if you wanted to grab a final load there, you can. And one thing that I've played around with as a final load, just so you know, let's just take a few of these off. If you do want to have a final load, you can get like 30 or 40 post-it notes. You can make a huge, massive, bunched up post-it note. So when you're here and you show it's here, you can load the jumbo post-it note underneath there. That would still be over here. Now you do the complete vanish from the instructions and you're using the pen as a holdout, everything vanishes and you've got the jumbo post-it notes. However, I don't like doing that. I actually prefer to show that there's nothing underneath there, and that when they turn over this, now their signature's back on the post-it note. It's a real, like, what the hell have I just seen? So that's one way you can use it, which is really cool. Another way that you can use it if you don't want to use a polymer note is with a check. So you can take a check out of your checkbook and you can sign it and you can say this is a blank check. You can even get them to sign it if you want to. You can get them to write their name on it and make their name out. So they write their name on, they choose how much you want them to give you, and then you sign it. So it's unique to them because they've put their name on it, they've put a fee on there, you know, price on there, they've put everything on there. And you've got another check that you've scribbled on, and that's already set up as the gimmick. And then what you do is you take the check and you say, look, I'm going to give you this check if you can follow what's going on. And then what happens is they can't follow it, and then the check can be wherever you want it to be. If you have a purse in your pocket, you can load the check into the purse in your pocket, which is really cool. But if you want to use a polymer note, you can do that as well. Here's how you use a polymer note. You're going to do this. Can you see this, Michael? What I've done is I've put the gimmick into a £10 note and I've wrapped an elastic band around it. Okay, now this goes, let's get rid of this gimmick for a minute. This goes here on the pen. Now what the elastic band does is it keeps it together. Because the problem with polymer notes, well actually, have you got a £10 note? Come over here, Jack. Have you got a £10 note?
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. The problem with a polymer note is when you scrunch it up, it's going to open, right? So how we get around that is we use an elastic band. So if I was going to perform this here like this, I'd have the gimmick on my, well, let me do it for you so you can see. Jack, I've got a couple of things. I've got an elastic band. You've just lent me a £10 note. I've got a cup, and also I've got something else here, which is a pen. The pen is important. The reason the pen's important is because I want you to write your name on there for me. Can you do that? Now, by writing your name on that £10 note, what that does is that makes that £10 note unique. In other words, even if there's a million £10 notes in the world, and there probably are more than that, that's the only one that's unique to you. Now, what you've just done there is illegal, but don't worry about it too much. I'm sure they won't be worried about it.
I'm worried about not being able to spend it anymore.
Well, you can still spend it, I think. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this elastic band and I'm going to wrap this elastic band around your bill a few times so it doesn't pop open like that. Fantastic. So do you want to examine the cup and check the cup and make sure the cup's okay? Is it all right? Is it good? Very good. And this is going to be your magic wand. You've already looked at that, but you can look at it again if you want to. Is it good? Gravity, not just a good idea, it's the law. Right, so the idea is really simple. The idea is for me to get that bill underneath that cup. That's exactly what I have to do. See, when I do this, that's when the bill goes right there underneath the cup. I can make it invisible by doing this, and when I do this, it becomes invisible. It's still there, you can't see it until I tap and it comes back. If I really want it to be disappeared, I do this and it really has gone. Where's it gone? Well, it's actually still underneath the cup. You can't see it because it's invisible, but if I tap, it comes back. So we're into the main shop routine. Here's a nice move off the project. Look, I've got the cup. Drop that in there for me, Jack. I'll tell you how this whole thing works. You see, there's right there at the bottom, there's a hole. Can you see the hole? No. Yeah, there's a hole, and what you do is you just put the bill through the hole. That's how it works. Just don't tell anyone. Anyway, you go into whatever shop routine you want to go into. And at the end, obviously, Jack's bill is in my pocket now. So I could have loaded that into anything. Now, in terms of loading it into anything, obviously you have the lemon as an option. You also, as I said, have a purse. That's a really great option. If you get a Goshman style purse, what you can do is you can have that open in your pocket. That's the one with the clasp and the black. You can open it, keep it open in your pocket. When that goes down into your pocket, you just load it into the purse. And then at the end, instead of producing the lemon, you produce the purse. And you go, well, that's a purse. That's where I keep my money. And then they open it, and inside is that £10 note. And it's kind of, it's not as good as a lemon, but it's close. And it's way more practical if you're doing this over and over again. So if you want to use a polymer note, you absolutely can. That's not a problem. I want to give you another couple of ideas as well, though. And this is one I saw on Facebook somewhere that somebody said, oh, the problem with chop is it's not an EDC. It's not an everyday carry. Well, it is an everyday carry, if you make it an everyday carry. And I've never published this before anywhere, but I'm going to go through it for you now. So, Jack, I know you haven't got your AirPods on you, so we're going to use my AirPods, but you can use borrowed AirPods for this. And we're going to use one of these, not both of them, but we're just going to use one of them. That one right there. Is that okay?
Yep.
We won't use the rest of the AirPods, actually. We'll just use this one. Now, you can have a look at the cup and make sure the cup's okay. Most magicians use a magic wand. I don't use a magic wand, but I have got a Sharpie. Is that okay?
Yep.
Be careful. It's a little sharp. Forget it. The idea is the AirPod, I have to try and get it underneath the cup. That's what I have to do. I have to try and get the AirPod underneath the cup. But I can't lift up the cup and put it under there. I have to do it by magic. I have to do it by sleight of hand. You see, this is why the magic wand's used. A magic wand is a misdirection thing. You see, when I tap over here and tap over here, I'm focusing your attention over here. When I focus your attention over here, you miss the moment that I put the AirPod underneath the cup. You probably missed that, didn't you, Jack? What? Don't feel bad. Most people do miss the moment that it goes in there. Even though they can hear it in there, most people miss the moment. Hold your hand out for me. We'll do it again. I'll put it right here, and we'll try and get it underneath the cup again in your hand when you say go.
Go.
See, you're looking over here. You didn't see it go, but you felt it, didn't you? You felt it land right there underneath the cup. It's weird. I mean, it's so weird. Let me try and do this one more time. Look, here you go. Where's the AirPod? Is it under the cup or is it in the hand? I'll give you a clue.
None.
Here's the thing, never trust a magician because we are paid to cheat for a living. You can put your hand away now, Jack. Take the magic wand yourself. What I want you to do is just wave it over my hand, say go.
Go.
Brilliant. Now tap my hand and go under the cup. Oh, harder, harder. That's too hard. You know what happens when you tap that hard?
Your hand falls off?
No, it goes on top of the cup. I mean, you were close, man. You were close, but not close enough. You're doing a great job. I tell you what, we'll make it 20 times harder for both you and me. You can do this yourself. Do you see the AirPod inside there?
Yep.
Good. Look, I'm going to go really slowly. I'm going to put the cup here. I'm going to take the AirPod and put it into my pocket. You can do it yourself. You take the pen. All you have to do is tap. A little bit harder. Whoa, that's amazing. I mean, that was quite violent, but that was amazing. You see, when you tap that hard, it goes right back under there. You're doing amazing. Shall we try one last time?
Go on.
Okay, you know what you need to do now. Just tap the hand. That's great. Tap the cup. Harder. Harder. That's too hard. You know what happens when you tap that hard?
It breaks.
No, you get the AirPod case underneath there. And the weird thing is the AirPod is back inside the case. Those are your AirPods. Thank you very much. Boom. So that's a really nice way of doing it without even using a bill. And I've never shared that with anyone before, but let me go through it for you because even if you've got chop, there's some subtle differences with this routine. So let me go through that. So first of all, if you want to do this, you get yourself an AirPod. So I tend to find more people have the AirPod Pros than the AirPods, so I tend to use an AirPod Pro. And the cool thing about this is you can actually borrow the AirPods. Now, I always carry my own AirPods around with me, but you can use your own or use theirs. It makes no difference. Now, all you're going to do is have this in your pocket and have the pen somewhere, and you borrow the cup, you borrow the AirPod, so it's very, very organic. You literally just need the pen and a spare AirPod and you're good to go. Now, what you're going to do is you reach into your pockets and go, I need a pen, I need this cup, I don't have my AirPods, have you got yours? And if they offer them, you go, oh, I've got mine here. But as you're searching, you're going to finger palm this AirPod. Now look at this move. I'll show it to Michael behind the camera. You show the AirPods, you come in, and you take one out. Doesn't that look good, Michael?
Yeah.
All that's happening is it's in finger palm. So you come over and you pretend to take it and you push it up. But because AirPods have this whole thing here, you can show it and you get a really nice retention of taking it. And this is completely covering it. Now the angles are really good at the side. If you've got people at the side, what you want to do is take it and just close it immediately. But if I've just got people I'm performing in front of, I can do it like this. I can take it and literally take it out, and I can be in this situation and then slowly close it up. Does that make sense, Michael? Yeah? Good. Now you put the AirPod case away in your left pocket, and you're going to go into a simple chop cup routine. But here's the thing. These AirPod Normal and Pros, they will stick to the magnet in the Sharpie, but they don't, like, they're not as strong. This is not as strong as the magnet that goes in a bill. So you can't do a lot of the moves that you can do with chop. You can't, if you've got a cup like this, do you see I've got a lip here? So when I'm holding the pen here, it's not actually in contact with the bottom of the cup because there's a gap there because of that rim. That cup, and there's a reason why I'm using this cup, is because I want to show you with this cup, you can't do that move because the magnet's not strong enough to hold the Airpod. So if you're borrowing a cup and it's like that, if it's not got that rim, you're good. But if you haven't got that rim, you want to hold the cup in this way. You want to hold it like that, which I never discussed on shop. It's kind of a slightly different technique. You're holding it at the side here. So you're just holding this in your cupped hands. You're putting the cup on top. So the magnet is right here on the left-hand side. So when you drop this Airpod in now, can you see it's stuck to the side right there? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So it's immediately stuck to the side. Now, because it's not a stronger magnet, when you drop it in, sometimes it won't stick to the side. So I like to give it a shake. I go, right, I'm going to show you something. And I give it a shake and I'm looking and I can see it's stuck now. So all I'm going to do is the classic chop move. I do that the first time and I have it go underneath the cup. I do it a second time and I just get it to attach, and I do it a second time but in their hand. So I get them to hold their hand out, thank you Jack. And I do this and I do the controlled drop so that when they say drop they feel it land. And I pick it up that way so that I can then do it onto the table again. And what you want to do is, as I say, you want to make sure it sticks. You do it to the table again like this. Now the next phase is I actually give them the pen and I just do a normal false transfer. I move the cup towards them and I bring their attention up here and I say tap. And I've just loaded it on top of the cup. But they're all looking here. The audience is all looking here. And then when I get them to tap again and I go, well, it didn't make it. It landed on the lid or it landed on the bottom. It's a really nice moment. Now I'm going for the finale. So at the end, I pick it up again. And notice I can get straight into position just by picking the cup up. So I do it again and I'm here. Turn it over. Drop this down. Move that there. This goes into my pocket. Give them the pen. I'm going to grab the AirPods, either my AirPods or their AirPods, and I get them to tap again. And when they do, they tap. And when they do, I lift up here and I do the final load. Now, because this is a cardboard cup and because these are AirPods, if I do this, you're probably going to hear that noise, which I don't want. So I just literally load it into that position. Can you see that there, Michael?
Yeah.
And they can't see anything because the back of my hand is covering here. This is covering here. This is covering here. And then I just drop it down like that, loading the AirPods. But that way, there's no noise, and everyone's looking at the AirPod that's gone underneath the cup. There's no noise at all. And then the final time, I just do a false transfer. I get them to tap. And as I'm focusing all over here, I just put this back into my pocket, which resets it. I do this, I show it's gone, and the AirPods have come back, which is a killer moment. And then you can show that inside there is actually the AirPods. And if you borrow the AirPods, you can give them back immediately. They're mine. So you're not stealing my AirPods. So that's a really fun thing. I want to share one other thing with you, which I've been playing with. This is not fully fleshed out yet. And I'm going to flesh it out. Justin Miller has got a... you guys probably know that I brought out something called Apparition earlier this year, which has been very, very popular. And obviously, Justin had something very, very similar and graciously gave me permission to include Apparition. And he's doing a workshop for anyone that's bought that from him and has bought Apparition from me. And it's on the 6th of December, and I'm going to be a special guest. And I'm putting together new material for Apparition for that session. And one of the things that I've been working on is combining chop with Apparition. Now, I haven't got this routine fleshed out yet, and I will do by the 6th of December. But just to give you an idea, if you're using a coffee cup and you're using the Apparition purse, you can do chop cup with a ceramic cup and a purse. You can just drop the purse in like that. You can do this. You can do this. You can tap. It goes right there underneath. You can do the controlled drop into the spectator's hand. Hold your hand out. Do you see the purse inside there? Yeah. Look, I'm going to put it here. You'll feel it land when you say go. Go. So, and it's really cool. Now, that's as far as I've got with this at the moment. But what's nice is when you look inside the cup, you can see it's right there. So they can drop it in themselves and you can tip it out and show it really is in there. But then when you've got the thing in position, you can just immediately do this and have it go underneath the cup. Now, the routine I'm working on is going to involve having coins. You're going to start with doing apparition, and then you're going to put the coin to one side, and then you're going to take a cup and you're going to cover up the purse, and they're still going to change places. Then you're going to move the coins over there, and I'm going to use this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do some phases with this. And I haven't got it all fleshed out yet. If you want to see the full routine, 6th of December, I'm doing it for Justin, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. But I wanted to share it with you now, as this video is about chop. If you've got apparition and chop, get yourself a cup, and you can really kind of have fun with doing apparition, doing a chop cup routine with a coin purse, which you wouldn't think is possible, but because of apparition and how it works, and because of how chop works, and this moment where the purse drops onto their hand, it's just a really strong moment, it really is. And I'm working out some very specific moves just for this as well. I'm working on retention passes where it comes here, and a whole bunch of stuff. So I wanted to just show you that, as give you, I've only been working on this about 2 or 3 weeks, but for people who use chop, if you've got apparition as well, that's something fun that you can actually do with it as well. Anyway, I think I've gone through everything I wanted to go through. How to use the polymer notes, what to do if you don't want to use polymer notes, what to do if you don't want to use a lemon, other ideas for it to make it more of an EDC, like with the AirPods. I think that's covered everything. But if you have any questions and you want me to do a follow-up video like this, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do that. If you want to pick up chop, there's a couple of places you can get it. First of all, you can get it from Penguin. If you're in the US, that's a great place to go. Penguin are amazing, and this wouldn't have really been relaunched if it wasn't for Penguin. And obviously Magic TV, we have our own shop as well, where we ship out from every single day. And we have them in stock, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Chop is in stock. There you go. So if you want to get them from us, you can do, by all means. But either way, thank you, Matt. You're not Matt, you're Jack. Thank you, Jack, for helping me. I appreciate that, buddy. You want to see more videos like this? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, where I take one of my products and I offer other ideas for it, let me know, because I'm more than happy to do that. And if you do, let me know what products you want me to look at, because I normally carry on working on stuff when it's been released. Most of the stuff that I've done, I've got other handlings for as well. So if you want to see more stuff like that, let me know. And also, don't forget to join the NETRIX, www.thenetrix.com. It's my online streaming platform. We're up to about 17,000 tricks now. Is that right, Jack?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. So a whole bunch of tricks. Come and join in. It's upload every 2 weeks. We upload another 5 tricks. We're doing another one next Monday, right? Next Monday. So go check that out. Go check all of that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow with the mat test. But thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig. Michael's behind the camera. This is Jack. I hope you enjoyed this. See you again.